So we've had several questions about shipping and how our process is and kind of what we do to make it easier, because we've made it look kind of easy in our previous vlogs. Hi there, my name is Joe.
And I'm Jessica.
We are homeschooling, natural living entrepreneurs.
This is a story of how we balance it all for the freedom to live our lives devoted to our family and faith.
Thanks for stopping by, subscribe, and come on in. And so I just want to kind of show you things that we do, some tools that we use that eBay provides to make it easier for us to be able to pull the orders, to be able to put it in inventory, to locate that once we are ready to ship the item, and then the packaging process. So let's get into it. So we've got 3 orders going out today, and I've already pulled one of them because it was in an area in the carport over there that is a little cluttered and would have been difficult to get in there and to show you. But I've got my pick list right here, which if you don't use it, I recommend using it. I understand it's only 3 items. A lot of people, they just use their phones, and the phones can get very confusing, especially when you start having larger quantities of items. So I always print a pick list. I keep it in my records. I have a monthly organizing thing that I do where I put them in there, and then when I do end of month, I put all of my orders from that month, all the pick list, and I put it in my folder, and I have it all there, just an extra way to keep track. But you'll see on the pick list, it'll have like the SKU area there, which this one, this right here is the AC2 Bessie. And then this iPhone 7 case is the next one right there. And that one is ZC4. And it's got Bessie Joy iPhone 7 case. Because I put a lot of the words in there because I learned at some point in time that sometimes you may put multiple items in the same bin that have the same manufacturer or the same beginning name, and it can get a little confusing. So going over to ZC12. So iPhone 7 right there. We're looking for ZC4 Bessie Joy. And going over to the ZCs, you can see I've got each one. There used to be a ZD somewhere when we were in the warehouse, but I don't know where ZD went because it went from ZC to ZE. But looking at ZC4, I know it's not that, and I've got right there, ZC7 Bessie Joy iPhone 7 case. Going on to the next one, we've got this slim wallet, ZC12 Pabin JR, and then this is when I listed it. So this one has been listed for over a year, and it finally sold. And looking over here, ZC12 Pabin. So the next thing we're doing is we're gonna get these packaged up. And for me, this process is really easy because when I list items, I already know how I'm gonna package it. That in each eBay listing, you're able to put the weight and the dimensions. So when I'm listing, I take the extra step on the front end to put the shipping weight and the shipping dimensions in it, so that when I go to ship it, I'm not having to find a box. I'm not having to do all of those things to figure out how I'm gonna ship it. I already know how I'm gonna ship it. I already know the weight of it. So these 3 items today, they're all actually first class mailing items, meaning they all weigh less than 16 ounces or less. So it's pretty easy for me to be able to do it. I've got my pick list here that shows me the names, which I've got it covered up, and I've got my printing labels that I've already printed out. Alright, so I got my printing labels, and I went ahead and covered up information because I don't want y'all knowing my address or my customers' addresses. But I've got these here. My labels are in order according to the list here, so I know that they're going to go in sequential order. Alright, so the first item there is the 12-inch brass hand towel bar, which is this one right here. Alright, so you see I've got all my shipping supplies here, and this one I'm going to use one of these little poly bags right here. I've shipped many of these here, and I've never had to worry about any of them getting broken because this box is pretty sturdy. Got my label on the package. Boom, it's done. Next up is Bessie Joy iPhone 7 case, which is right there. And it's going in one of these little eBay padded envelopes that I order with my free shipping supplies. Alright, and the last item is this Payben Slim Fit wallet right here. And one thing that we also do is we do easy peel removable labels. They're a little bit more pricey, but it looks a little bit cleaner for the buyer when they get the item and there's no stickers or anything on the box. So we usually take those off. And it is also going in one of this eBay padded envelopes. Alright, now I just gotta get all my mess cleaned up. That done, now I've got my pick list, and one for each eBay store. Just gonna staple it and then put it in my little drawer right here. And then at the end of May, beginning of June, I will put all that in my folder, put all of my invoices, all of my receipts, everything that I need to have for that month. I put it all together, close out my books for that month, do my reports, and then have it all together. That way I can have that ready if I ever need it for tax purposes. And since I didn't show y'all earlier, this is the bulk eBay by eBay label area. You got your labels you can print, you can download the labels, print your scan form, you can print your pick list here. I'm gonna go ahead and print the scan form, and I've already got it up on another page. You've got to generate it and then print it, which I've got right here. And here it is printed. If you don't use these, I highly recommend them because it's gonna save you time whether you have a mail carrier that comes every day and picks up your packages, or if you drop them off at the post office, is that it's a lot easier having a scan form. That your mail carrier is gonna really love you if you are having packages picked up at home. And then if you go to drop them off, the person there at the desk is going to like you a lot because they just have to do one scan versus beep, 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 scanning multiple packages. And it's going to save you some time, so use the scan sheet. It will save you time. All right, and now I just staple my scan sheet to my little bag that's provided by my postal carrier, and I have it ready for her to pick up. And it's Friday. It's our not our normal mail carrier. It's the one that does it 2 days a week, Mondays and Fridays. And they're usually here around noon, but when it's my normal mail carrier, she's usually here around 9:30. Especially right now, since there's not as much mail, she gets here pretty early, so I've got to learn to do shipping early. So that was a kind of a simple tutorial, but I hope that what you got away from it was that you saw how organized I was in the front end, especially when it comes to the SKU labels, with where they're going to be in inventory, with having the proper labels, knowing exactly where it is, utilizing the print list so that I can pull the orders efficiently and quickly. And then when I went to ship, how all of my shipping supplies were nice and organized. I had all the bags and all the stuff where it was when I needed it. because in the end, it's going to save you a lot of time. And in this business, time makes you money, because if you can save, 20, 30 minutes a day on shipping, keep you from having to go and look for items that you can't find because you didn't, label it correctly, or didn't utilize the custom SKU field in eBay, or having to find a box and then weigh it and then take dimensions. So that all that is going to save you time if you do it on the front end, so that way when you ship, no time at all. And if you do that for people who don't ship every day because you're not very organized, when you start to utilize systems and tools like this, it will allow you to not use so much time, so that you won't feel so overwhelmed by trying to ship every day. We all know that our buyers now, that they don't want to wait a week to get their item. They want it within a couple of days. And using those tools will allow you to be able to ship more frequently and not get so stressed out. All right, so I guess that is where I'm going to leave you for the day, because I need to get this mess cleaned up. And as always, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all's likes and y'all's comments. It means a lot to us to feel so supported by you guys. And until next time, peace.